Let's see if I could set this up so you guys don't see the background and it. There we go. Nope, 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 nope. Oh my goodness. Hello, Facebook world. So we are doing the 21-day Mama's Mindset Reset. We are day 16. I'm getting on a little bit later tonight, for Saturday. But today I was asked to give a talk to some pageant girls, and it went really well. I just love doing this kind of work. So then I had to come home and deal with life, and now I am on here with you. So if you are watching this on the live, type live so I can see you and say hello to you, because when I tend to start these things, I see everybody come at me and I just want to say, hey, like, hello, Amanda, welcome. So if you're watching this on the live, type live, then I see your name and I can say, hey. If you're watching this on the replay, same thing, type replay and I will come back and say hey to you. Because I just want to let you know, thank you for being here. So we are day 16 and today's talk, I'm going to make it super quick because not to make you jealous, but my Saturday night is lit with laundry. So I need to tackle my just one chore. My job for today was get the laundry sorted because tomorrow's another big day. Live, baby, live. So tonight's talk, we're going to talk about how when we use negative self-talk, how it actually keeps us as a victim. So it keeps us in the victim status. So I'm going to explain a little bit more about what I mean by this. It's kind of, I'm going to talk about this. And if anything that I say, if it resonates with you, or if you get any emotional hits, honestly, reach out to me or let's have the messy conversations. If you liked what you hear, you can share it. And if you type share in the comments, because I know a lot of you have been sharing my stuff, thank you. That's awesome. If you type share, I will give you a shout out because I just want to thank you. So hello, Brenda. So yes, yesterday we talked a little bit about, what was yesterday's talk again? I can't remember. Anybody remember? I think it was about emotions. It was about emotions. Yes, it was about emotions. So tonight's talk is about the negative self-talk. Hey, Brenda. Negative self-talk, which kind of goes into emotions. I honestly think emotions are in everything, obviously. So negative self-talk. I'm going to give you a little background story and something that I shared with the pageant girls that I spoke with today. The thing about negative self-talk, it stems from perfection, okay? So it stems from perfection because we have this need to want to do well, which is okay, but when we're coming from a place of perfection, we're not really coming, it limits us. Again, because of, it's like a ceiling, we're hitting it, we're never going to go more. And actually, it's a space that we can't occupy. Perfection is a space that nobody can occupy because it's forever changing. And what's perfect to me and what's perfect to you is clearly different. So it's obviously subjective. And we're always going to keep upping the ante. So we're never going to be satisfied in what we're doing. And we're always focused on an end goal. So we're not enjoying the journey that we're going for. So if we're talking about perfection, a lot of the times what happens when we're trying to do something, and I should have asked if you ladies could hear me, when we're trying to do something and be perfect at it, and when we're not as perfect as we'd like to be, the negative self-talk will come in and our ego will start to tell us, because this is what drives perfection, is ego, will start to tell us that we're not good enough, or you should have never tried, or look what a fool you've made of yourself, or whatever it is, the negative self-talk that you end up doing. The thing with that is that it keeps you small, because when it comes time to taking risks or, taking whatever kind of challenge, doing something different, stepping out into your own, and this, honestly, 2018, I want this to be your year to live big. I want you to live big, whatever big means to you. But I want to help you. I want to give you permission to take up space in your body so that you can take up space in your world. I'm so over us women thinking that all we have in our world is to keep shrinking. Enough with the shrinking. Be that physically, with our voices, all that. No, let's get big, okay? So whatever big looks like to you, I want you to embrace it and go after it. This is what the Mindset Reset Challenge is all about. I'm going to talk about certain things that I think we can maybe all work at. not because of self-righteousness, but I just honestly want to help. So if you take what you want with a grain of salt, throw out the rest. So as we're talking about perfection and negative self-talk, here is my little back end story. Yesterday I was driving and I have my little guy who has this project that he's been working on. He wants to create his own YouTube channel. Okay, like his ma. And he loves doing his origami, his crafts, and all these things, all that stuff. So we've been working at getting his videos done. And I haven't released his channel yet because I'd like to have him have a little bit more content, right? So I want him to have the content out so that when we show the channel, he'll have a good set of videos already ready to go. So the thing is as I was driving yesterday, right before we got in the car, I grabbed he's got like an older phone, right? Just like a spare phone, like I'm using to time myself to make sure I stay on time. And I noticed that he had deleted all of his videos. He had so many videos that he had deleted. And I kept asking him for, like, where are your videos? Where are your videos? So that I can edit them with the music and all that, because I know how to do that for Feed That. I do it with my Feed That Glow YouTube channel. So I'll edit your videos and I'll put them on your channel. But he kept pushing it back, telling me, he got busy doing other things or whatever. But I noticed that it's because he had deleted all of his videos. So I asked him, what are you doing? We're going to restore them and we're going to edit them and put them on your channel because this is what you want. Again, we're doing it because he wants to do it, right? So I want him to know that it's okay to want to do stuff, but you can't be attached to the outcome of what other people are saying. Right? So that was based on other videos I've talked about. When you put something out in the world, you're doing it because you want to. You're not attached to what other people are going to think about you, be that good or bad, because it has nothing to do with you. So we've had these talks, and then he says to me, well, no, they're not perfect. They can't go up, they're not perfect. So this is how I opened with some of my the pageant girl talk that I gave today, was all about perfection and how we can get stuck into this crazy loop because perfection isn't a space we can't even occupy. We're always going to keep upping the ante. We're never going to be satisfied enough. We can look at any kind of project, our bodies, our food, whatever we're working on in the world, and pick it apart. We'll never be satisfied if we're coming from a place of perfection. So I said to him, buddy, who is your favorite YouTuber? And he named me this person, and I said, I'm going to tell you something right now. You are going to go back to the very first video that person put out, and you're going to watch the first 50 videos, maybe even 100. Guaranteed they sucked. Guaranteed. Why? Because you have to put skin in the game. You have to practice. You have to earn the right to get better. How do you get better? With the practice. You don't get better with the negative self-talk. You just do the thing anyways. So same thing with me. How do I know? I'm still practicing on live videos. If you go watch, I have over 200 videos on my YouTube channel. They're not perfect. They'll never be perfect, but I can guarantee that from my video 1 to video 100, I've made a bit of progress. Sure, I can always improve, but that's the thing. When you're coming from another place, when you're not rooted in perfection, you're open to getting better and improving. You're not focused on being perfect. It's just the improvement. It's just looking at what you can modify. Same thing when I do my live videos here. I'm always rewatching because I want to learn if I'm speaking too quickly. Can I speak more eloquently? And it's not to tear myself apart. I'm honestly coming with how can I improve, but not from a sense of perfection. So this is the same thing that I said to the girls. I told my little guy, like, you're going to go back and that is your homework. You're going to go back and watch all the videos, this person who has thousands of videos, and you're going to watch the first 100. Guaranteed, they're not that good. Just like, I know for when I did my business coaching, they talked about that too. Podcasts, everything. When you're first starting out, I'm not a writer. My blogs, you read my earlier blogs, they're not that great. Even now, it's practice. You have to earn that right. You have to earn it. You got to put some reps under your belt. Same thing. When you're working out in the gym, you don't start bench pressing 500 pounds. You have to earn the right to get to that position. When you're practicing yoga, same thing. You're not already doing inversions. You have to earn the right to get to these positions. So it's applicable to everything. Why I'm talking about this is because oftentimes we start something and we're coming from a place rooted in perfection. So we think, if it's not perfect, I can't put it out into the world. And that is what keeps you small. And that I call negative self-talk. It's kind of like a lazy talk, because it's like a cop-out. Because it's easier to say, oh, I suck. It's easier to say that. It's easier to start shaming ourselves and berating ourselves because we're afraid to do the thing. So what I want you to know is that if you find yourself in a negative loop, and I know we all do it, I mean, we can all attest to that. Give me some high fives or whatever. When you're coming from a place like that, it keeps you limited. It's actually, I find it's a disservice to everybody around us, like everybody around you, because you have amazing gifts to offer. You might not think you have amazing gifts, but I can tell you, everybody's on this earth for a reason. So whatever your gift is, you got to put it out there, but you can't be attached to the outcomes. So just like I told Loic, I was like, man, you are so good at making your origami stuff. Like, let's just do some of those videos. And you know, you like that he likes filming himself. I look at his old videos and it's all like, hi, and he's talking like a little YouTuber. It's really cute. And I want to help him build that confidence, but you don't get confidence until you do the thing. You got to build the competence to get the confidence to keep going. But you don't start off thinking you have to be perfect. Just like when we learned how to walk, we didn't start running first. You had to learn how to stand. You had to fall many times. It's the same thing. So when you're practicing whatever it is, you got to earn those reps. You got to get those reps under your belt. You have to allow yourself the space to grow. All the growing pains, all the failures, all of it. You feel it, you stand back up, you keep going. You can't be attached to what other people are saying, and you just do the thing. When it comes to the negative self-talk, what is super important, I mean, a lot of us think that criticizing ourselves, like self-criticism and berating and all that stuff, is a motivating tool, when actually it isn't. It just keeps you small. It's not kind. So what I'd like you to do is, when you notice that you're in that loop, notice it. And what did I tell the girls? When you start judging yourself, you're going to start judging yourself for judging yourself. You need to be aware that you're judging yourself, but do it from a place of kindness. I'm reading a book by Gabrielle Bernstein. It's called The Judgment Detox, and it's all about that. It's about noticing the judgment, because we all have judgment. And especially with ourselves, we are so hard on ourselves. So you notice the judgment with kindness. That is the number one tool. Notice it with kindness. Just like when we're practicing mindset work, I mean, it's like I get emotional hits all the time. I'm still trying to work out this stuff, and I've been doing mindset work forever. And I honestly think that if you're into the mindset work, it is a practice you're going to do for the rest of your life. So you get opportunities all the time. I had a huge emotional hit on Monday night. And it's about being aware that you're going to get an emotional hit, and it's more than just reading the books and listening to the podcasts and all that. That stuff is easy. What's hard is actually doing the practice. It's applying it. So when there's times when you're like, how did I get here again? You know, the negative self-talk, it's okay. You tell yourself, guess what? I'm human, not perfect. And we pick it back up when we go. Because what's the alternative? What is the alternative? So it's basically about noticing it, be kind, and tell yourself you're human. You're not perfect. So this whole talk was all about the negative self-talk. And if you find yourself stuck in that loop, I need to tell you that you're not alone, girl. You are not alone. And a lot of us have that. Oh, I'm loving these hearts. A lot of us have that, but also our little people. The little people in our lives have that too. So I thought I would share this with you, because I heard about it yesterday with my little guy when we were in a car for an hour, and he was sharing from the deepest of his heart, like how he was afraid to put stuff out. And I was like, buddy, like, it's just like a singer. If you sing. You don't keep your voice to yourself. That's a disservice to everybody else who wants to hear it. You can't get attached to what other people think. And yes, just like I told Loic, there are going to be keyboard warriors. Like, we're going to protect, you try to protect everybody. You try to protect yourself. But you just have to realize if you come in a place with kindness and love, there's always going to be somebody who's not happy, and that has nothing to do with you. Nothing. But just remember the same thing. People will love you and they will hate you. It still has nothing to do with you. If you put what you want out into the world, you're sharing it, that's what makes you glow. I honestly believe that. That is what makes you glow. That's your passion. That's your fire. You need to do whatever the thing is that's lighting you up. Don't be scared and don't stay small thinking of what other people are thinking, because I can tell you right now, everybody else is busy worrying about what everybody else is thinking. So they're already worried in their own stuff. Don't even worry about what they're worried about. How many times did I say this word worry? But basically, that is it. Notice it, you name it, practice kindness, and still do it. So I'm at 15 minutes and 25 seconds. I don't know if that made any sense, but pretty much reach out, let me know. I want you to practice kindness with yourself. That is the #1 tool. If you fall into the negative self-trap loop, it's okay. We all do it. We all do it. You're still cool. You're still worthy AF right now. There's no prerequisite, by the way, to be worthy. There's none. You were born worthy. Boom. It's done. So you're going to mess up. That's fine. Keep going. Get back up. Keep going. Do the thing that you want to do, because the alternative is you keep staying small. You keep saying you're not enough. You keep, I don't know. What do you think is better? What keeps you more in your power? So that is pretty much all I have for tonight. Now I'm going to go hit up my couch is full of laundry. So that is my hot day tonight, laundry. So thank you for being here. If you liked what I said, you can share it with your peeps if it even made sense, because honestly, I think I had way too much coffee today. Tomorrow is day 17. I'm going to do a Q&A, a live Q&A. I already have some questions. I think I'm going to go for maybe about 20 minutes. So I'll answer as much as I can. I'm going to actually put a post right after this. You can ask me questions on the post or inbox me, email me, text me, whatever, and I will address it. I don't have to use your name. I had one girl email me yesterday and said, please don't mention mine. I won't. I can keep it on the down low. I will answer pretty much anything. Let's keep it respectful. But you girls are awesome. This is an awesome community. It's a safe place. So let's get into the messy and let's make 2018 the most magnificent year it's ever been. Let's learn to take up all the space because it is our time, girls. Okay. Now I'm just procrastinating because I just really don't want to do laundry, but Jock, just one chore, get it done. I'm actually going to put a timer on and see what I can get done in 10 minutes. It's a game. I do this just to keep me motivated. So have a good night, ladies. Peace, love.